just give each person 2 of these cards, please. I would say this to you, keep those business cards in. I don't know what you guys carry, but I carry one of these. And the next time you're having a conversation with a business that is not represented in our group, why don't you pull that card out and invite them to come to our breakfast meeting. So that's all I'll say about that. Let's see. You should. Oh, you got these passed out?
Yep.
Oh, here we go. Listen, let's start with this, but we're not going to dwell on this like we did last time because Jason gave me some constructive criticism the last time about this, and I spent so much time on this, but you guys really didn't hear anything about me. But I still want you to have this. Does everybody have this in front of you?
Yes.
Yeah. All I want to do is give you a very quick snapshot of our current residential real estate market in 30 seconds. If you guys look to the bottom right corner, the last box, this box right here, that is the most important stat that I look at every month. That's our inventory. Does anybody remember what the magic number is?
6 months.
6 months of inventory. That's when there is potential for the market to shift from a buyer's market to a seller's market. I haven't seen that shift because our economy is still in turmoil. But the good news is if you look at the last 6 or 7 months, we are consistently at that goal. So I'm sure you guys heard all the news about their shadow inventory out there. It doesn't look like it's appearing. It's being gobbled up as fast as it goes on to the market. So I just wanted to share that with you so that you guys have an idea of what is going on in the residential market. So you're more than welcome to share that with anybody you want. You may be your hero to your neighbors. All right, let's get on to my presentation. First thing I want to do was tell you a little bit about myself as far as real estate goes. Moved here in 1999. I was fed up with corporate America. I think I've heard that story in here multiple times, yes? Yes. They wanted my blood. They didn't care if I worked 18 hours a day as long as I got my job done. And I started looking around for a franchise opportunity, something that was inexpensive to get into. And I was always handy with my hands. One of my friends, we used to sit around and dream. Every Friday we'd have pizza, our families would have pizza together, and we would dream about what business could we open, because he was tired of his corporate job as well. His company let him one time a year visit another one of their franchise companies, a company by the name of ServiceMaster. So he spent a day with somebody from Amerispec Home Inspection Services, and he told me about it that next Friday. We got excited, and voila, we both ended up owning Amerispec franchises. I sold mine off at the height of the market. I was very fortunate. I had a company, a business broker who came to me and asked if I was willing to sell my business because somebody in the area wanted to buy a franchise and there were none available. And I asked how much. They presented me an offer over $500,000 for something that I paid 30 grand for to start up. So I sold my franchise. There was only one little glitch. There was a non-compete clause that was very strict, and I could not be involved in real estate in any way, shape, or form for 5 years. Ironically enough, my franchise company came back to me 2 years ago and asked me if I wanted to buy the franchise back because it had been run into the ground by the gentleman who owned it. And I just thought about it long and hard, and I just was tired of being on 3 roofs every day, in 3 attics every day, opening up 3 service panels every day, which is dangerous sometimes. And I decided to take the other road and wear a nice clean shirt, pants, and see if I could be a realtor. So that's kind of how I got here. I just wanted to, I hinted on it last week, but I just want to tell you, I'm a certified CDP, which is a Certified Distressed Property Expert, which means I do short sales. Some realtors do them, some realtors don't. And the reason why they don't do them, because they're nasty. Yes, Lynn?
Yes.
Constantly. Just roadblocks, so much paperwork. I just had one the other day. Some bank changed their form, and guess what? I have to redo everything. So it's a very complicated business, but if you're going to be a realtor in this market, you have to do short sales because that's a big chunk of the business right now. I do listings. I prefer listings because I get calls for my signs, etc., etc. But I also will do buyers, which means, you know, buyer, they want to look at houses. So they want to look at 20, 30 houses before they buy. Sometimes they end up buying something that wasn't what they told you they were looking for. But I love working with buyers as well as putting signs in the yard. For sale by owners, I am a huge convert of for sale by owners. I am not scared at all to knock on somebody's door in my shorts on a Saturday morning when I'm in the neighborhood doing a garage sale and I see a for sale by owner sign. And I get a lot of for sale by owner converts. I don't know if you guys saw the article in the newspaper 2 or 3 months ago. The CEO of one of those for sale by owner type firms, there was a big coup because guess what? He didn't sell his house himself. He put it on the market with a real estate agent. I also have a military program, teacher program, fire program. It's all together. The bottom line is people that serve our country or serve our general public right here where we live, I give them a discount whether it's on the buyer side. I give them money back. If it's on the listing side, I give them a reduction in the listing price. I have several websites. One of them is fishhawkhomesforsale.com. I couldn't believe I got that domain name. It came to me from GoDaddy as like an email. They were asking me, did I want to buy it? I thought, no, it's a fluke. It's a fluke. And then they sent it to me again 2 weeks later, and I was like, can't be that it's for sale. So I just started filling out the forms, and the significance of it is because I live in Fishhawk. So I bid on it, and I couldn't believe it. I got the domain name for $8. Some other real estate agent had owned it for 5 years and didn't know what to do with it. So I'm in the process of trying to use that domain name to secure some business in the neighborhood that I live in. And I have another website. Well, actually, I have probably 5 more websites, but my main other website is tamparealestateforyou.com. And the other thing I do is consultations. I think it's important for some people, they just need to talk about their situation. And so I'm more than happy to sit down with people, even if it doesn't mean I don't get to put a sign in the yard or find them a house. If they're interested in just asking questions about the general real estate market or their personal situation, I am more than happy to do that. I already looked at the GTAR stats. Now let's answer some of these other questions. What is a foreclosure and what is a short sale? There's definitely a difference. A foreclosure is, down to 2 minutes already? Holy cow. A foreclosure is when the bank has already gone through the process to take possession of your home, and normally it ends up on the market at a reduced price. Short sales aren't as good a deals as foreclosures. They're more time consuming. They're more questionable if it'll work out. In other words, you have a person with 2 loans. Well, maybe the second isn't going to give in, and so the house ends up in foreclosure. Short sales, just remember this. Anybody you know that ever talks to you about that, the first thing they need to do is consult an attorney, because I ask some very basic questions like, and it's very imposing. You can imagine meeting with somebody that you don't know and you ask them this question: how much credit card debt do you have? Because if they have $30,000 worth of credit card debt, there's no reason for them to short sell a house. They might as well just go bankruptcy and just be done. Would you agree?
And on that positive note.
Which one is better to do? A short sale or a bank-owned property? I just answered that. Anytime you can get a bank-owned property, that's a heck of a deal, guys. You can normally get those at a really good price. The only thing you need to know is you have to be very quick, because there's normally 10 guys with cash. Rich Kemper, Keller Williams.